Hello, friends. Welcome. This isn't all we've lost. Oh my goodness. It's something different. Hi, guys. Welcome on in. Welcome to a very, very special one shot, a cheeky little Gothic horror one shot called The Lace Has Eyes. I'm not in the DM seat either, so this is weird. This is a weird feeling. We got this is our first guest DM on the channel.
You didn't tell me that.
It's our first guest DM, man. Congratulations. I think that's full circle because your game, SAGAS, was the first game that I ran that wasn't D&D on the channel. So, full circle. We're going to start off. We're going to go around. We're going to have our players introduce themselves and their characters. So we're going to start with Little Bones.
Hi, everyone. It's me, LittleBones309. Your favorite Twitch streamer, who's an indie game streamer. That's who I am. I'm your streamer's favorite streamer. And I'm playing Tabitha Crowley, who is a normal girl, just really trying to keep up with the to-do of society, and has no horrible secrets whatsoever.
Terrifying. Yuri.
Hello everybody, my name is Yuri, that is at Yuri and the Beast absolutely everywhere. Today I am going to be playing, I forgot my own name.
Amelia Shaw.
Amelia Shaw, and I am a nurse, just a little nurse with no secrets and absolutely nothing to hide.
Jay. There goes Jay. I'll leave off here. Hi guys, I'm Myriad. This is my channel. We do a myriad of things on this channel, including art, writing, gaming, as well as TTRPG content. And I am playing Agatha Crowley, the twin sister of Tabitha. Are you back, Jay?
Yeah, love that. Love
Go ahead.
having to fight my cats. Love that. Appreciate them. They're in the spirit of being rude. Hi, I'm Jay, or at the Yellow Cubes on all social media. I'm gonna play Amos Roland Graham. I have no secrets. I'm just here. I'm a doctor. They called me, and I'll show up. Probably sober. Definitely.
I feel like that's a secret.
It's not.
They just said they didn't have any. Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we're all just lying. And finally, our intrepid DM, Dennis.
Hi, that's me. I'm Dennis. I wrote SAGAS, the game we're going to be using for this. It stands for Setting and Genre Agnostic System, and the setting and genre we have today is Gothic Horror. And saying I'm excited would be an extreme understatement. This is going to be very fun, and before I get into it, I have a suggestion for all of you viewers. You should, when you get the chance, visit the town of Amore in New England. It's a little too far from any major settlements to be like a tourist destination, but those that do actually make the trek say it's one of the most beautiful places they've ever seen. The quiet valley frames the quaint little shops with steepled roofs that flank the thoroughfare. The townsfolk mill about, bundled up against the unexpected chill brought on by an early onset of winter. As their boots crunch through the snow along the sides of the road, a horse-drawn sleigh rides up the street. It passes through town without so much as slowing down because it has a different destination. The Cromwell Manor on the top of the hill. The overcast sky frames the dreary, colorless house that ever looms over the village. A crow alights on the bough of a barren tree and watches the sleigh as it passes. A bulky, middle-aged woman bundled in thick rags drives the sleigh and the horses up the hill and talks continually over her shoulder to the passengers behind her. Mr. and Mrs. Cromwell were lovely. They always were coming into town together, spending their money until their pockets were empty. So when they had little Bobby, the whole village celebrated except for Mr. Cromwell. When his wife, though, came down with the child, every now and then, it was never with Mr. Cromwell, and he really hadn't been seen since. There are rumors flying around town, of course, when someone disappears, but she assured us he was doing just fine. He developed some sort of sickness that made his skin delicate, so being outside wasn't really an option for him anymore. But still, every now and then, Bobby and Mommy would come down into town for a treat or some supplies. After all, they didn't really have the money needed to run the estate on the hill properly. That's why even from here, it looks so run down. Anyway, strange stuff started after Bobby was born, and we townsfolk started to realize that the family of the Cromwells was not as kind and collected as they pretended they were. As winter came that year. Autumn tends to be windy in these parts too. And if you listen close, the trees sometimes sound like they're screaming. Some people say it was actually Mr. Cromwell's screams as his wife tortured him, but I say that's downright creepy. It couldn't possibly be that. That winter, though, an old lady came into town, and we have no clue how she made it over the mountains in the winter. She came with nothing but the clothes on her back and a stick. But one thing we'll never forget is her voice. She stopped by my tavern to ask directions to the manor on the hill, and I'll never forget it. It was like broken glass wrapped in silk sheets. Apparently, she managed to speak with one of the Cromwells because when the crone left, she walked all the way back down the hill, through the village, and into the mountains without a word to anyone. But the whole time, she was chanting these verses. It was something like, cousins, sisters, lace and eyes, so again the family ties. Father's missing, mother cries, so again the family ties. Promise kept, that never dies, so again the family ties. The last one was, after dusk she will rise, to sow again the family ties. Something like that, anyway. Bobby, the sick Cromwell boy, who never left the house, passed a few days later, and Mrs. Cromwell shortly after. Nothing was ever heard about the father of the place. I guess he must have died too. The Cromwell manor passed to some distant European cousins, and they seem to never leave the house. I just bring them food every week, leave it in the cellar, take my payment, and go. I don't see them very often, maybe once or twice, years ago. It's a simple job, but it can be a little unnerving doing it alone, so I'm happy for the chance to bring the two of you up. Anyway, what business do you have at the Cromwell Manor? And she finally actually turns around to address the two people in the sleigh behind her. And Dr. Amos, please describe what your character looks like bundled up against the cold.
Yeah. Amos is a like 6'1", maybe 6'2". He's never checked. Like kind of younger Asian, maybe in his mid-20s, doctor. He's got like these round bifocals, and he's got like his doctor's bag, and he looks like, if it weren't for the rest of his like outfit, he would like, if it weren't for like the top half of his outfit, he'd look put together. But he's just like, it looks like he didn't really know how to tie his cravat. It looks like he almost never does it, and he just like kind of shuffled it on. And then he's got like a couple of like strings hanging off of his jacket, almost as if he wears it a little too often. And he's kind of gripping his kind of worn out doctor's bag. Well, work, doctoring, I suppose.
Just doctoring? Are they sick, unwell?
I'm gonna look over and kind of like nod my head to Amelia and Otto.
And please describe what your character looks like bundled up in the back of the sleigh.
Yeah, so Amelia Shaw, I found my character sheet. Yay. Amelia Shaw is a small woman, very young as well. It doesn't look like, you know how you can tell when somebody's been working at that same job for quite a couple years and they've got this look of just to them. She doesn't have that quite yet. She's relatively fresh-faced, and she wears a very simple outfit. She has her hair all tied up top, with a white button down that kind of tucks in to some long, like navy blue skirts that touch the floor, clearly made for the winter, and some boots. She's covering herself with a shawl made of the same thick materials as her skirt. No real jewelry except for a small pendant. Again, just very simple, and her glasses. And she looks over, clearly unnerved by the story. It doesn't look like she goes out of her city very often. Yes, well, I don't think they told us much of anything, actually.
Yeah.
Well, that's not too surprising. They don't talk to me, and I'm the only person they ever see, so... Well, we're here. And the driver pulls on the reins, and the horses slowly come to a stop in front of this enormous mansion. It is just as run down as you had heard. Some of the windows on the first floor have been shattered. There are dead vines crawling up the sides of the brickwork, and you can count 1, 2, 3 floors above ground.
It's quite a large manor. I'm not surprised it would take a lot to keep it. Thank you for bringing us here. You've been very kind. Thank you for the story.
Good story.
Well, I won't say no to company. Oh, what's that, Doctor?
Oh, no, just you're a great storyteller. And I, love to hear it again sometime.
Well, I hope so. Just come on down to the tavern in town.
You'll probably see me.
I certainly hope so. Anyway, stay warm. Yeah. And the sleigh starts riding away back down the hill, leaving the two of you alone in front of these massive double doors. The wind starts to blow, and it's giving a strange whistling, maybe through the windows or the trees nearby. But it has to be the wind, that sound. So
Here,
what do you two do?
doctor, here, before we go in, and she turns to face you and attempts to fix your cravat as much as she can, before, we knock.
He just kind of shuffles a little bit, and he just like squats down to let you, and he tries not to make eye contact. He's just like, thank you.
Beautiful, because she's staring so hard at that cravat, also trying not to look at your face.
I couldn't figure it out. They said it had to be a bow. I didn't know how to do that, so I just kind of flung it together.
I can tell. It's all right. Here, that looks much better.
Right, good.
Shall we?
Usually there's servants outside, so I thought maybe, they'd be outside, but they're not. This whole thing freaks me out. It's a big house.
Yes, I don't think we've been out this far before, but it can't be too bad. Just, let's try knocking.
Okay. Knocking. And he'll like step in front of you and knock.
You grab one of the two huge ring knockers that are in front of you and slam it against the door, and there's this deep boom that resounds throughout the entire home. And you wait a few moments before you can hear the lightest footsteps on the other side of the door. Hear metal against wood as a bolt is pulled back. And then the door opens with a deep rumbling creak inwards. And standing there to greet you is Agatha. Please describe what your character looks like as the afternoon moves into evening.
Agatha is a tall and just a waif of a woman. You can see just the gauntness in her cheeks, the hollowness under her eyes. Her dark hair is pulled up in what could be an elegant hairstyle, except it's just so messy, clearly done by unexperienced hands. She's dressed in a long white Victorian gown, or at least it would be white if not for the stains and the sort of weather of the gown. It's clearly very old. She has a simple jewelry on, a pair of earrings, a single necklace, and her eyes are just dark, impossibly dark, and they're just staring at you wide-eyed. Hello.
I'm Dr. Amos Graham.
Okay. Yes. Hello. Welcome.
I
And you are, and she'll look directly at Amelia.
Hello. Sorry, Amelia Shaw at your service. I'm the nurse here to accompany the doctor.
So good to meet you. So good to meet you. And she won't go to shake your hand, but she will move to the side and gesture you both to come in.
I think since they're European, Amos is gonna do like a little bow.
Yeah, a little curtsy, and then just shuffle behind Amos. She's terrified.
I trust the journey was well.
Bit cold, but can't be helped.
This is only the beginning. The cold will seep into your bones soon.
Nothing a good fire won't fix.
Yes, a fire is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
The door creaks shut slowly behind you, hiding the beautiful sunset from view. The interior of this house feels almost no different from outside. The temperature change was very minor, if it was even there at all. There's no wind, but you can hear air moving throughout the house as if it was breathing. You can hear it whistling down the hallways through the broken windows. There are cobwebs strung in every single corner you can find. Among the banister of the curved staircase that goes up to the second floor, draping the chandelier almost as thick as a single sheet. But you can smell something actually kind of nice. It smells like dinner cooking.
Well, it's a very old house, isn't it? Quite a lot of history here.
Oh, yes, a lot of history. Just me and my sister, though, here. A big house for just two people.
Yes, it must be quite difficult to manage the entire thing by yourselves. But that smells delicious.
Agatha's going to kind of wordlessly start walking towards the kitchen, following the smell.
I'll let her get a
It's
ways
not
away.
far.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'll let her get a ways away before I look down at Amelia and go, I think she's got influenza.
I'm not sure. It doesn't look quite sick that way. Just odd, I suppose.
I'm gonna stick to the influenza.
Very well. Well, keep observing.
Suddenly, as Agatha is just barely out of sight around a corner, you hear a scuttling, like rapid footsteps from off to the side. You have no idea where it came from.
Do you hear that?
Maybe they've got a dog.
I hope so.
Or very big rats.
Yeah, if it's rats, then we might have found the source of the sick, I suppose.
I suppose. And I will gesture for Amelia to like walk toward the kitchen or dining room.
Still keeping your distance, the two of you follow Agatha into a vast dining room, though it is no more upkept than the rest of the house that you've seen so far. Two chandeliers hang over a table close to 15 feet long. Places set for 4 people with tarnished silver. An unlit candelabra sits between those 4 places, and still the cobwebs dangle from every corner and ledge they can. Again, you hear that skittering coming from seemingly behind you.
I think Agatha's going to call out, "Sister, where are you?"
The scuttling again. And from around a corner, from the direction of the kitchens, comes your sister. Bones, please describe what your character looks like.
A similar height to Agatha, but a vastly different visage before you. You see what you could imagine if Satan himself made a doll. Then was born Tabitha Crowley. She is extremely gaunt, with slathering of rouge on her face in a mismatched way. You could tell it was done with hands that are not suited for beauty. She has blood at her nose and at the corner of her mouth, and she smiles at both of you to reveal 2 rows of fully rotten teeth. Her hair is disheveled, and she wears this long, ill-fitting black gown that trails along the floor and is tattered. And she does not walk in a normal sense. She scurries and sticks to the walls and slides her back against the wall as she walks, knocking over whatever might be hanging there without regard to it.
An empty silver tray clatters deafeningly to the ground.
Visitors, I'm so glad to see you both here. Hello.
It's a pleasure.
Doctor, nurse, this is my sister, Tabitha.
Is the doctor's sister? Like we talked about, the doctor is here
yes, sister,
now.
doctor.
Oh, this is great news for us. Very good. Hello.
Lovely to meet you. I'm Dr. Graham. Well-
Amelia Shaw at your service.
Amelia Shaw. Very good. Excellent. This is good for us. Yes, sister. Yes, it is very good.
Agatha kind of draws closer to Tabitha and takes hold of like the sleeve of her dress and say very, very softly, so much closer to being together once more.
Yes, as we dream to be so.
I'm going to assume your sister is why we were called here.
That's for both of us, really.
Both.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Sit, please, sit.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll pull Amelia's chair out and push her back in.
Thank you.
No. I'll do the same for the other 2 if they let me.
Agatha's going to go into the kitchen to procure the food.
While we wait for dinner, I would you like to see a presentation I have for both of you as a gift to say thank you for coming all this way?
It would be lovely to see. Thank you.
Are you familiar with the concept of a circus, by chance?
Yes, I've been a few times.
Oh,
Yes.
lovely. I've only read about the circus, but I'm fascinated by the concept of it. It's very good and delightful. And Tabitha, Tabitha, she's going to turn around and from, I would imagine, some sort of box, accoutrement, a chest, if you will. She begins to pull things into her arms, and it probably is carrying too much for this sort of waif-like figure you see. And she turns around and starts setting things up, and very quickly you realize that these are taxidermied rats, positioned and fashioned into that of a circus. There's acrobats and clown rats and otherwise acro rats. And lion tamer rats, rat tamers, and silly little sword eating rats. And they are so small and so perfect and meticulously crafted to set up this rat scene. And she like spins little baubles here and there and then claps at them. See, look, isn't it beautiful? It's a presentation for you. Do you like my presentation?
It's lovely.
It's
Did you make all of them?
I
yourself?
birthed them from my mind.
Oh, right. It's isn't it lovely?
Actually, can I inspect them to see if it's like good work?
Yes. Please roll the first check of our game.
Ooh,
Um,
I'm inspecting rats.
Yes, and for those who aren't aware, how Sagas works is the game master will call for a check. The player will look at their character sheet and see if anything they have could possibly apply to change what they roll for it. And if not, they just roll a d10.
I'm going to I don't actually know what would work here.
If you can justify it, we can make it work.
Could it be like field medicine where I'm looking at the like stitching and like seeing if it like if it would hold up?
Yeah, I say that's allowed. So what does field medicine give you?
Oh, it says at the cost of 2 effort, you can spend 5 minutes to attempt to reduce the severity of a wound affecting a creature other than yourself by 1.
Given your experience, I'll make it a little bit of an easier roll, but it'll still be a d10.
That is more than fine. It's gonna be a 7.
You're used to looking at humans. This stitching is by no means surgical. But as you're looking at the rats themselves, originally you had thought that they were, kind of big for rats, like probably a couple of patches of fur put together to make each of these. But as you trace your finger along one of them that you're inspecting, you can tell that this is all the fur from a same rat. And this rat was as big as your head.
It's lovely work, that's for sure.
Doctor, if you would please kindly don't touch the rat circus. It is very fragile and special to me. Thank you.
That's my apologies. I'd be happy to help you with anything in exchange for this.
No,
Okay.
I will ask you to come here for a very specific job that we will discuss momentarily, I'm sure. But these were not made. They were birthed from my mind, as I said.
Right. Well, it's an artistic, beautiful birthing.
It is quite beautiful.
Yes, definitely. Quite a mind to come up with all of it.
Agatha is going to burst back into the dining room, a tray full of food.
Thanks, bejeebus.
You see a tray of some sort of meat, perhaps a bird of some kind. That seems to have been roasted, sprinkled generously with seasonings, and some sort of soup. The soup does not look as appetizing. It's a little gray. Probably not the color that soup should be, but the bird smells delicious. Although you're not quite able to find the bird it is. And she is going to come in, a smile on her face. I have brought you all food at dinner. Are you hungry? I am sure. A long journey. And she is going to place it in the middle of the table.
Yes, thank you very much.
Please help yourselves.
Yes, it was quite long and very cold. It smells delightful. Thank you.
It's my sister. My sister is quite the cook.
Oh, she made it.
Well, I made the soup. She made the bird.
Oh.
I'm gonna serve some to Amelia and then go. I'm quite hungry. Can I have her bird? May I have your bird, Amelia?
Of course you can, Doctor.
I'm going to push it over to my side.
What will you eat then, Amelia?
Oh, I'll have some of the soup.
Oh, I like the soup a lot. It's very good.
It's like a porridge, almost very bland.
Bland is fine in this context. I will take bland.
I look at the seasoned chicken with horror.
It doesn't look like chicken. It looks like it's a smaller type of bird, not quite a pheasant. You did notice as you were coming in a bunch of sort of pigeons lurking about the grounds.
I'm gonna start eating the porridge, and then like take a piece of what I'm going to believe is chicken, and put it, and then just like shovel it in and swallow.
I feel like Tabitha is quite ravenous in her eating, and is like taking bites of this porridge soup and then bites of the chicken or the pigeon, and is quite pleased and just eats like a feral creature with nibbles that seem to be rabid.
Agatha, on the contrary, is sitting very prim, very proper, delicate bites, but she is looking at both you, Amelia, and Amos, kind of gauging whether or not you like the food.
Amelia will do her absolute best to make it look like she is quite enjoying herself and the meal.
Did you enjoy my sister's circus? She only brings that out for the most special of occasions.
Oh, then I'm sure we are quite flattered that you deemed us enough to bring it out and show it to us.
I was flattered that she would bring out something so special.
You are our
Thank
first
you.
guest here in quite some time, so this is a market occasion, surely.
Are we now? It must be quite hard to make the trip all the way over here. It's quite out of the way as well. Doctor, are you all right?
It's so good. I'm
As
halfway
you
done
are
with the chicken.
slurping up the food, you hear that sound again. The scampering footsteps. And Tabitha is sitting across the table from you.
Oh, do you, by any chance, have a dog? Or a pet of some sort? Besides your lovely circus.
No, that's
She looks at the other sister for confirmation.
No, it's just us here.
just us.
Okay.
No dog.
No dog.
No, foul
No,
beasts.
do not like the dogs. No. Horrid.
Blight.
Blight.
Not even an abnormally large cat, perhaps?
No cats.
Do
No.
not speak of the cats to
Do
her.
not-
She does
do
not
the-
like that.
Why would you bring up the cats?
My apologies.
I
I don't
see.
like the
Oh,
cats.
sister, and Agatha gets up and she grabs Tabitha by the shoulders, bringing her into a hug. It's okay. There's no cat. There's no cat.
No cats.
Cats are no longer here. It's okay.
They're gone.
They're gone, sister. They will not
gone.
worry you. No,
No
no tears. No tears.
I see, Doctor. I suppose they would eat the rats. That's why.
Ah,
Yeah,
right.
it makes sense.
Well,
Shh.
I suppose if you spray wolf urine around, nothing will come inside the house.
Wolf
So-
urine.
No.
Yes, on the perimeter of the house, so no wolves or cats or dogs will come in.
Tabitha looks at Agatha looks at Tabitha. Why did we not think of wolf urine?
I thought my urine would be enough.
I thought so as well.
It's quite pungent.
Acidic.
Is it okay?
You spread your own here and around the perimeter.
It's quite effective.
No cats.
Is it now?
No cats.
Really?
Catless.
Oh,
No cats.
I mean, if it works, I'm glad it
Yes.
worked.
I like the way that the red sits in the snow when I do it in the snow.
The red.
Yes, the bright red.
How long have you had that? Is it
She
red?
She looks at Agatha. How long do you think that my urine went from that horrible yellow to beautiful red?
Well, there was the brown in between, but the red came, I imagine, 3.5 years ago.
3.5 years, yes.
Oh, wow. Pardon me for the question. Is yours red as well?
Oh no, I have not been blessed in such a way.
I see.
One day, sister, one day. We keep praying.
I just need to have more laudanum, I imagine.
No, could you imagine? I do believe that perhaps if the doctor is successful, yours will be red as well.
Oh yes, because then we will, our bodies will produce it together.
Yes.
I suppose if you have a diet of beets and beetles, you could have that color.
I don't think I've had the beat since we left the old country. No.
Beetles though.
Beetles,
protein.
many. But lots. I like the texture.
Crunch.
Then squish.
I'm gonna put my hand on Amelia's like dress skirt and just kind of tug. I just want her to know that we both think this is bizarre.
Okay. Okay. I love that.
The two of you can't help the constant overhanging question of why the hell did you come here?
See, I was going to be polite and wait till after dinner to ask.
Amos was not. He was just looking for the wine, but now he's worried that it's urine. I will kind of look over to Amelia and quietly whisper, should I bring up the reason that we're here yet, or
Please
That
do.
way.
Please.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah, no, I want to get out of here. So, you two lovely ladies, asked for us specifically, or
Yes.
any particular reason?
Oh, of course. Sister, shall we? Come, we will show you. Come.
So, come on. No. Yes.
And Agatha is going to lead two of them upstairs to study.
I feel like Tabitha walks directly behind them. So there's no escape.
Sandwiched.
Aha.
I want to keep Amelia as far away from Tabitha as I can. And just, okay, I was worried it'd come off as quite rude, but I see that you're eager.
Yes.
Quite eager.
Yes.
As you're moving to the study, I'm going to ask each of you what you are paying attention to most on your way there. Starting with the doctor.
I think I'm paying attention to the staircase. Like, this place looks quite decrepit, so I'm just like making sure that each step is like safe and making sure that
Testing
like
each
we're
one.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a check to see to determine the structural integrity of this staircase.
I don't know rats, but I know house. Can I do like lucky? Apparently it affects oh wait, never mind. I'd have to use 2 effort and I don't want to do that. So I'll just roll regularly. Yeah. 2?
That's very good. Sagas is a roll low system, so 2s and 1s are great. It's a very loud staircase, but it seems solid enough that you trust it enough to hold your weight. But with every single step, you can hear that classic wood creaking, echoing throughout the house. And as it echoes, the echo's wrong. It's not a one-to-one. It's not just reverberation. It's like someone else elsewhere in the house is also going upstairs. Amelia, what are you paying attention to?
Amelia is terrified out of her little mind. So she actually has quite good hearing. And so I want to see if I can just in the scuttling, if I can determine kind of where it's coming from. These echoey sounds, type of any insight on any of the myriad of sounds in this home.
All right.
And I'm going
Please
to
roll
go
that
ahead
check.
and use my skill, Keen Sense, that I have chosen the hearing check for it. So instead of a D10, I get to roll a lovely D8. 3.
That is quite good. As you listen to the stairs and their echo, it's almost as if the cinematography goes sort of superhero for a moment as your hearing hones in on all the different sounds. You hear the wind blowing against chimes of a chandelier as the crystals clink against each other. You can listen to curtains rustle in the breeze of that broken window they cover. And deep beneath it all, you hear something distant, further away. Maybe there's many layers between you and it, but you can still hear a very faint breathing. And the camera zooms in
That's lovely.
you see puffs of cold breath and a bearded face from the nose down in darkness.
Absolutely lovely.
Tabitha and Agatha, are you two focusing on the same thing or two different things?
I'll be honest. Can I be? Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Be honest.
Okay. I think that this is Tabitha's home. I think that she makes this walk to the study probably once a day at least. I don't think she's paying attention to anything. I think she is just kind of lost in her own little mind. Maybe at most, maybe listening for any skittering just to keep tabs on things. But otherwise, no, I don't think she's paying attention or focusing on anything at all.
Do you think you would have the wherewithal to use normal pathways to get to the study?
Yeah, I think she would have a specific route in which her steps are made. And she's very obsessive in making those steps.
Okay. What about Agatha?
I think Agatha she keeps looking back at the doctor and Amelia. And there's like a smile on her face. And if she wasn't such a haunting woman, it might look like a pleasant smile, but it probably comes off as very eerie and unsettling. But there is an excitement building in her as she leads them up to the study. And she just keeps looking back at them, making sure that they're following after her, even though she can hear them behind her. She just wants to make sure that they're still there.
They are absolutely still there. I'm not going to ask a check for that. But your just visage in general adds to the uncanny valley that suffuses this whole house. And you all make it to the study. And when the door to the study opens, a welcoming wave of warmth washes over you. There is a fire burning in the fireplace inside this room. There's a couple of dusty armchairs that point towards it with a small side table between them. The walls are covered in stuffed bookshelves with no obvious organization. Everything is covered in a somewhat thin layer of dust, except for the commonly walked paths from the door to the desk and the chairs in front of the fireplace.
Yeah, I add something, GM.
Yes.
Above the fireplace, a large framed painting hangs, and it's a painting of two infants. Well, one infant, really, because they are conjoined at the side. And they are wearing frilly little dresses and little bonnets, looking very cute and cherub-like. And you do note a very distinct resemblance, Amelia and Amos, from the infants to the two women that you see before you.
Here you are in the study.
You see it? This is why we brought you here. Agatha's going to gesture to the painting.
I think Tabitha joins her at her side and looks so longingly at that painting. He's like, just go back to that.
I'm sorry. I don't quite. I'm not sure I understand exactly what's
Agatha's going to pull down the collar of her dress, and you can see the start of a scar that probably runs down the entire side of her, and it's gnarled as though it's been, as though the wound had been messed with multiple times over the years. It's a layers and layers of scar tissue from whatever machinations she's done to herself. We were hoping that you could rejoin us, make us whole again.
I think Tabitha opposite pulls down her dress and shows the same but mirrored. And she goes to her sister and pushes the overhealed wound to Agatha's to show what they mean, truly.
Are your wounds giving you trouble? Do you want us to check them?
No. No. I don't think you quite understand.
I don't think I do.
Want to be whole again. We want you to stitch us back together.
Yes,
Together.
To be reconjoined.
She just stares at the doctor. I think he's trying to think of like what they're saying and then how it would be done, but then he's like, this is insane. So he's like three different thoughts that he's trying to put together, and you would like us to connect you again.
Yes.
You're a doctor, correct? You could do that, right?
I'm a doctor, I am a surgeon, and one moment, and he's gonna like dig through his bag and look for his like.
It's just like
his, like,
mother
journal.
all over again. It just does not want us to be together.
And he like looks through and he like flicks through. It's like actual anatomy, and then he flicks to the back of like a pages that he's never looked at, and it says mental illnesses. And he's just like, yeah, and then he flips back to the anatomy and he goes, I mean, when did they separate you?
We were two, 3.
2 or 3, maybe 2.5.
That's quite a long time ago. This wound
It's like
have
an eternity.
completely healed over. Your bodies would have began to function normally on their own, and anything.
It's not about the body, it is about the soul.
And it's about the soul, and we do not function normally without each other.
We need each other. We need each other. We need to be together again.
Yeah.
It aches. There is a deep ache in my heart. Half
Res-
heart, and I need my
resounding-
sister.
Resounding pain, everyday agony that I am not connected with my sister any longer. Years of this agony you don't understand.
As Tabitha is exclaiming about their situation, the color in the room begins to change as the sun sets and the light pierces through the lace curtains of the large window behind the desk. And a ray of red reflects off of a silver tray set into the side of the room and flashes up towards the painting, creating a blood red line dividing the two infants.
Well, it would be an extremely delicate and long procedure, because we would have to
create
cut
new
you.
wounds.
Yes, we'd have to cut you open again to put you together. And the chance that one of you might die in the process.
I don't understand, Agatha. I don't understand what they're telling me.
Is it? You mean to say it is? Is there a chance, though? Is there a chance that you could be whole once more?
I don't. I think he wants to say yes, but he's like, I should not. It's not. You would almost immediately begin to reject one another, and.
Oh, no,
Without reject one another.
never.
I mean, your body, your blood, it would be.
But we were whole before. Why would we reject each other now?
That makes no sense to us. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, your bodies have been separate for so long. There is a chance the tissue won't recognize the other as part of it
No.
anymore.
No, I don't understand. This
Surely
makes
you can
no
try
sense.
at least. We could try.
We could try. We could certainly try.
We can.
It
Brought
is-
you here
Yes.
and pay you.
Pay you as much as you need.
So the problem is not the payment, it's the I don't know if you would survive, and I have a very good and then two people dying at the same time would kind of like not be good. And you both seem and I look at them both. Healthy? So I would, if you give me a few days, I might be able to figure out how to connect you. But
as you say a few days, the sun has fully set. The room is in dark shades of blue and black, and the fireplace goes out.
Should I light the fire again?
You want to? Are you cold?
Quite.
Yes, a little bit.
Perhaps then, Doctor, you understand the coldness that we feel in our hearts when we are not connected.
I don't misunderstand. I don't think it is that the good doctor does not want you to be together again. It's just he wants to make sure that you are both aware of the risks, right? That one of you, if not both of you, might not survive the procedure. It is a risk.
I think Tabitha looks at Agatha. I am upset.
Agatha sort of smooths down Tabitha's hair, and she looks at the nurse and doctor. The risks are fine.
A wind suddenly blows through the study. The papers on the desk go everywhere. And the door slams shut. And the rug begins to flutter in this gale force breeze. And part of it flips over, and you can see the underside. And there are letters scratched on the wooden floor beneath the rug.
Agatha approaches letters, her head tilted. She does a look at it.
Is the window open? Could we tell the wind came from a specific place?
Make a check.
Yeah, I'd love to.
One of the mechanics in Sagas is that others can help you with this check if they choose by spending 2 effort.
That's an 8, so that's pretty not good.
It seems sourceless. There's
Beautiful.
no place that something that strong could have possibly blown from. The door slammed shut, the windows are locked, and still the wind was strong enough to lift the carpet.
Can we read what it says?
All you see is an ES. Is the doctor going to reveal by removing the carpet?
Yeah, he's gonna like flick it open dramatically.
Dust plumes off to the side, and as it settles, you can read, "So again the family ties."
See that? You see that? There's a sign. There's a sign. You need to sew us back together.
Do you mean to tell us that it was not you two who scratched this onto the floor?
No.
I have not even cleaned this rug in decades.
I don't know how.
To clean the rug or to write?
To clean the rug, of course I know how to write.
Right.
What sort of insulting question is that?
I'm sorry, you can. It is part of my job to
Stupid job.
be super
Nurses.
sure of everything.
We can. We can. If you give me a few hours, I can maybe make up a plan.
Right.
Very crude plan.
You hear footsteps from the other side of the closed door. A limp. Boom. As if one leg is being dragged behind the other.
I'm sorry, I thought you said it was just the two of you here.
It's
It is it's just the two of us.
only us
But you both heard that as well, right?
in the old house. It creaks.
Makes weird sounds at night. Why are you so concerned of old house sounds?
Well, it just sounds more like a person than a house, I suppose.
Agatha goes to the door.
As Agatha goes to the door, Tabitha wants to slink into the shadows, and I would like to officially sneak.
Please make a check.
Okay, great. I can roll a d8 for it. 'Cause I'm very sneaky. This is a 5.
You fade into the background. In fact, you know of a secret passage behind one of these bookcases. You pull the book, you feel a click, and it opens very slightly.
And I would like to slip into there.
You slip in, keeping line of sight on the room.
Yes.
The footsteps continue.
Agatha goes to open the door. Prove there is nothing here for us.
Right outside the door. You reach for the handle of the door and immediately pull back. It is frozen. It is almost too cold to touch, and you can see ice crystals begin to form on the metal.
Ow. It's cold.
Amelia, would you try to light the fire for me?
Yes, of course, Doctor. And she just heads over and starts fumbling around really fast.
As you begin to grab the utensils for making a fire, I'd like you to make a check to try to start this fire.
Right. Absolutely. I can do that.
I'm terrified.
Do I get a no? I don't. Oh, a 1 to start a fire. That's it. My luck ran out. Good luck to me for the rest of the session.
That's the best
you
fire
find-
anyone has ever seen.
It's important.
You
okay.
find
Ridiculous.
a small can of petrol next to the fireplace, and you just start dunking it on the wood, but mostly charred. You strike a match and throw it in, and there's just a fireball that gets sucked up by the chimney, and the wood is lit again. The crystals on the handle begin to melt as warmth suffuses through the rest of the room.
I might have gone a little overboard, but it's lit.
Good enough. Can I throw like a scalpel in there?
In the
And then I
fire?
want to, yeah, like I want to put it
Yeah.
on the edge so that it like heats.
Okay, you're trying to. All right. Yes, you can. I'm gonna ask you to make a check. Do you have a plan for picking it back up after it's hot?
I was just gonna wrap my coat
Okay.
around it.
All right, you toss your scalpel right next to some of the coals as they begin to reignite with this newfound life.
As he does that, I want to I want to the rest of if the bottle has any petrol in it left, I want to put that in my nurse bag.
Yeah. I'll say that
Yeah.
the can itself is small enough where it just barely fits inside. You won't be able to close it, but you can mark down petrol remains in your inventory.
Thank you.
Agatha is going to start to press her ear for the door to see if she hears anything on the other side still.
Make a check.
Oh, that's a smell. Damn. 2.
You can hear the same thing that Amelia heard earlier. You can hear cold breath. Through
She
bearded
draws,
lips.
she draws back from the door and she yanks it open.
You yank it open and reveal in full light of the fire a figure horribly deformed, looks up at you with one bulging good eye, teeth rotting and falling out, stitching across its neck.
Cousins, sisters, lace and eyes.
And it starts shambling into the room towards you and raises a hand. I need you to please make an avoid check.
I have a question for the DM.
Yes.
If you are a haunted doll girl with rotting teeth who might also be willing to fall in love with her own cousin, how attractive would this man be?
I love that.
He's a
Maybe-
10, but his teeth are rotting, so he's an 11.
Oh, baby.
Match made in hell.
Oh, cousin.
What have you done? What have you done, Dennis?
As you start making ogling eyes at this thing attacking your sister, a hand reaches out towards you from the darkness.
I did get a
And-
5 on that avoid check, by the way.
Okay. As the hand reaches out towards you, it grasps your arm from inside this secret passageway in the walls, and you spin around towards it, and you see a man, pale, face frozen in fear, whispering, "No, no, come with me, come with me, don't touch it, don't let it touch you, come with me."
I would like to use a talent of mine, a trait actually. I would like to use my vocal mimicry to alarm my sister to come follow, but it is the sound of rats squeaking.
And Agatha, as you hear this, oh no, go ahead and make the check and see if you
It's okay.
successfully disguise it.
It's a 3.
Yes, you do successfully. It sounds like rats skittering, but Agatha, you recognize it as your sister. This is a code you made up in your spare time. There's danger here and you need to run. And the hand, as you hear this, the hand of the thing comes down towards you, cloaked in shadow, and it grabs your shoulder, and you feel this cold suffuse through your body. You take 1 point of damage.
Oh. Agatha sort of cries out, and she scampers back. She looks to the doctor and Amelia. Flee! Flee! And she's going to run towards the skittering sounds, the squeaking of the rats.
Oh my god. Okay. So, a couple of things here. Oh, you're still muted, love.
Oh no, I was just saying there's so many things.
Yeah, just a couple. So there's two things. The second one that isn't all deformed, we didn't see. We have one sister gone, who knows where the hell. Second sister told us to run, but I feel like as healthcare practitioners, it's not our first instinct to leave people that are in some sort of need. So I feel like she would defer to the doctor and see, do we leave the sisters here with this clear intruder, or do we run like she said? So that's on you, Amos.
I ate what I think is a pigeon. I had terrible porridge. And now I gotta make up a plan to rejoin conjoined twins. And now there's an intruder. I'm not drunk enough for this.
I'm assuming it doesn't look like natural by any capacity of medicine.
The thing? No.
The fact that you called it a thing answers my question.
I guess, can I pull both Agatha and Amelia and kind of get them out of the room?
Agatha's
running
making
to the wall.
a beeline for a bookcase, which you notice has slightly separated.
I'm
It's
follow
just us.
the sister, if possible. I was gonna grab the scalpel and try to stab the guy.
It's like,
Yeah,
into the-
you run
the
over
wall?
to the fire.
Into the wall with us, Amelia.
The secret door is in the wall behind the bookcase. And the doctor is running towards the fire, grabbing the scalpel with a hand wrapped in fabric, and you slash upwards towards the thing. Please make an attack roll.
Oh shit, you had put it in the fire. Totally forgot about that amidst all the everything else. Still muted, love.
No, I'm just reading the things to myself. Okay, I'll just roll. Can I do fast? Oh no, it's non-combat checks. Dang it. It's fine. It's gonna be a 3.
As the now red-hot scalpel leaves a trail of reddish orange light behind it as it slices through the air, you make contact with the thing's torso and cut fully into it. You hear the sizzling as you do, as it sears and slices flesh. Some of the stitching on its chest begins to come undone, and you can see organs sort of stuffed inside with no sort of rhyme or reason. The heart is down in the stomach, the liver is in the throat, and it continues to shamble towards you. You do deal 2 points of damage, one for the scalpel and one for the scalpel being basically on fire.
Yes.
But the thing seems undeterred, and as a response is going to reach out towards you, and I need you to make an avoid check.
Okay. I can do that. I hope. If I- can I use lucky when you roll the highest possible number for a check, such as an 8? On a check that uses a D8, you can spend 2 effort. Okay, I will roll this first. I got a 1!
Hell yeah. As he reaches out towards you, you take 2 quick steps backwards and are well out of the thing's reach. And it croaks out another verse.
Father's missing. Mother cries. So again the family dies.
Well, you're about to murder the only person that can sew them. She looks between, because Amos told her to run. She looks at the wall. She really doesn't want to go into the wall.
I think a hand reaches out and grabs you.
Oh, Jesus. She looks back at Amos and him stabbing in and being all heroic and hot and stuff. And she's like, she kind of, she would struggle against your hand to get herself free. And she's just like, I can't leave him. No, I can't leave him with that thing. It's going to kill him.
Doctor, hurry.
Hurry, doctor. Hurry.
He can't. I need to help him. And she'll just kind of try to set herself free from you to run back to him.
Ooh, a contested check. I need both of you to make checks for this. And in the meantime, what is the doctor doing? Is he standing his ground or is he retreating?
Do I see Amelia trying to like fight back? I guess I'm focused on the guy. I think I'm backing up.
Pick one. Amelia or the thing.
I think it's the thing. I think I'm backing up. Because this thing's terrifying. So I think I'm backing up and trying to get away from it. I'm trusting that they know their own house. That's about it. Maybe I can shove it into the fire later, but I'm just backing up.
All right, you back up towards the bookcase secret door as the sisters and your nurse are struggling on its threshold. What were the results of the struggle?
Got a 2.
6.
You are unable to break free, and Agatha yanks you into the wall, into the darkness.
I'm getting essentially dragged. Yeah, because I'm also so much shorter than you guys. As I'm getting essentially dragged into the walls of this old home, I yell out to the doctor. So I'm yelling, basically just, the fire in my bag. There's more petrol. Petrol, use it!
Got it.
And I'm just getting dragged.
So you leave your bag behind in the study?
I do leave my bag behind for him to use.
All right, doctor, what are you gonna do?
She said there's petrol, so I was gonna try to grab the petrol and like make a line from the fire to the thing. Let's kind of huck it at him.
I'm gonna have you make a check as the thing continues to shamble closer, dragging its dumb, dead leg behind it.
Oh my god, we're gonna set the whole house on fire.
Bro, fuck this house. I thought
Nice
I came for the
house.
flu.
This is our home.
Our family home.
Family home, our
okay.
ancestral home.
Oh, it's lovely. It really is.
Very welcoming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be an 8. It's not great.
Oh no.
You start running around this thing, realizing you're faster than it. You can move faster than it can, taking the rest of it and just dunking it all over its body. And then you take the what's left of it and draw a line along the wooden floor towards the fire. And right before you get to the flames, you run out. And the thing is going to swipe at you once again. I need you to make an
He's
avoid
doused.
check.
He's doused.
He's doused. Okay, that's fine.
That's something.
Okay, a 4? That's pretty okay.
The hand reaches out towards you, and you nearly jump out of the way, but you spin around, and his finger brushes against your elbow, and you feel all the heat in your whole arm just get immediately sucked out, and you're having difficulty moving it, and you start shivering violently. You can still hear the sisters and Amelia struggling through the crack of the secret door.
Okay. Can I try to kick it into the fire as it gets closer?
Make another check.
Okay. I rolled like garbage last night, please. That's a 2. That's a 2. Okay.
With a 2, you take a step back and kick it right in the chest, and it stumbles backwards into the fireplace, and its hand reaches down into the coals, and immediately the flames start licking up its arm. Your work here is done. There's no way this thing can avoid being totally doused in flame now.
I'm booking it to Amelia.
You run through the bookcase, which seems to slam shut of its own accord, and you hear a man's voice inside here with you that is not your own. Everyone can hear this. Quick, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me. And footsteps scampering through the halls that are inside the very walls of this manor.
I feel like Tabitha follows very closely behind this man. Tabitha knows these walls, I would imagine, intimately.
You've never seen this guy before.
What are you? Where did you come from?
I'll tell you later. We need to get to the operating theater. Come on.
I think she reaches back for Agatha's hand.
Agatha just instinctively grabs onto your hand. She looks back at to make sure the nurse and doctor are following.
All 4 of you begin shuffling as quickly as you can through these cramped and rotting walls. And that is where we are going to take our break for today.
Okay, guys. Stick around. We're going to take a tight 10. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Hope you're enjoying this. This has been a lot of fun. I'm excited to see the conclusion of this. But we'll be back in 10 minutes. Thank you so much. Bye. Welcome back, guys. I hope you enjoyed your break. I hope you all went potty and got a little snack. We did. And we're going to hop right back into it. Take it away, Dennis.
So, in case you were not able to join us right at the beginning, a quick synopsis. These four lovely people are all in the same house. Two of them used to be conjoined twins and want to be sewn back together. And the other two, it is their task to sew them back together. It's creepy as fuck in this old manor on the top of the hill. The sun has gone down, and there are other people and things here that no one knew about, even the sisters already living here. You've narrowly escaped a stitched together amalgamation of limbs and body parts, and hopefully, almost certainly, set it on fire, dousing it with flammable liquid, and ran through the interior of the walls themselves, following a terrified and almost emaciated man who scampers ahead of you, leading you to an operating theater. We pick up again as a stone in a wall shifts, and then the wall itself begins to rotate. And the five of you, now with this pale, horrified man amongst your numbers, rotate into this room. And you see an operating theater. You've gone down below ground level now. And you see a stone room with no windows. And you're looking down. You are like up on the back risers of a very small stadium. Could seat maybe 30 to 40 people. And it all looks down into this pit where there is a table set up almost altar-like, with a small table next to it filled with metal instruments. The room itself is quiet, near silent. You can hear your own breathing and the pounding of your heart against your ribs after fleeing from the burning thing. The pale man quickly steps into this theater and turns around to face you. He says, "I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Very sorry. But you need to. Yeah.
Together. We need to be together again, right?
Yes,
Right?
you understand.
That is what
You
we said.
understand.
That is what we said. We still look for the doctor.
Oh, to be quiet.
Sorry.
So sorry.
That's what we said. That is what we said.
Yeah, we told the doctor and the nurse that we want to be together again.
And he looks expectantly at the guests of the house.
Does this place look as old as the house?
Make a check.
Or does it look like, it was made or added on more recently? Yeah, 6.
It's probably about the same age as the house. It's difficult to tell. You can see all sorts of water damage. You can smell the mildew down here. The air is cold yet again. But it's very difficult to tell exactly how old this basement room is.
Have either of you been here before?
Have we?
No, this is new to you.
No, but this is quite wonderful here. I quite like it, in fact.
Is there there's an operating table?
Yes, there's an operating table in a pit that all the seats point towards.
I think Agatha's gonna start sort of just like instinctively
Yeah, I think
walking down towards the operating table.
Tabitha follows her.
Join hands.
Yeah, we join hands.
Together, the two of you slowly walk down the stairs into this pit, your dresses trailing on the steps behind you.
Well, Doctor, I suppose this leaves us very little choice, doesn't it?
I am sorry. Yes. I suppose we have to do what they want.
Yes, you can do it. There.
And the
Don't
terrified
touch me.
man reaches out, and even if both you two don't want to come into contact, neither of you do, but he does this sort of like terrified attempt to comfort you.
How long have you been here? If
Oh,
neither sister knew you were here.
it's well, there's other places.
Connected to this? Did she come from the outside?
Like rooms?
There is no outside.
In the house? You've been in the house this whole time?
Yeah, haven't you?
No. No, we came
Oh.
from the outside.
You, the town. Oh, That's just what Mother taught me.
And he tries to straighten himself, and he reaches out a shaking hand.
It's nice to meet you. My name's Bobby.
Bobby.
That's what I thought he was gonna say.
Amelia will be polite because she's scared to anger this guy because she doesn't know what's going through his head. She'll vary just the tips of her fingers just to kind of. Bobby, do you have a last name, Bobby?
Yes, my lady.
And he grips your fingertips and pulls them closer very slowly and gives the back of your hand a kiss.
Such a darling.
Bobby Cromwell.
Oh, family. Lovely.
There's 3 of them.
There's yeah.
You got more family?
That's what I was going to. Bobby, now that we've gotten acquainted, Amelia, by the way, pleasure.
Pleasure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now that we've gotten a little acquainted, what was that thing
Oh,
upstairs?
you don't want to get in Father's way.
Was that your father?
Yes.
That thing was your father.
Yes.
Mm.
Oh, but you mustn't blame him. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. We just do what Mother says.
Mother. Okay. Sorry. Mother. She is where exactly?
Around somewhere.
Oh, she's here.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, thanks so much. Will we meet her?
Oh, I hope not. I don't know if she knows you're here. She probably does, but if she sent father after you, yeah, she knows you're here. She's
Right.
very
And
welcoming.
if she is the one who sent your father after us, does she not want this to happen? Or
No, she wants this more than anything.
okay. Okay.
After dusk, she will rise to sew again the family ties.
Then what time is it right now?
The sun has gone down.
Oh, that's great.
So, if she's going to tie them together, mind me, why did she need us?
Oh, she can't do it, but it must be done.
And then we can get out of here back to the town.
He smiles and starts walking down to the pit.
I think
All right.
Agatha has started to like undress. She's probably in like just her underdress at this point.
Oh, Tabitha's fully naked. Just naked. Right, and,
got bite marks.
like asking for Agatha's help onto the operating table.
She will hook you up.
Oh, thank you, sister.
It is very cold. Very, very cold. But it feels right.
Okay. I'm going to scurry up over to the girls and pretend like I'm fussing over them and making them comfortable on the table and stuff and lean in. And just be like, hey, I don't know if you're aware that these people were the family that was here before you, your family, they're all here.
Emily. Yes, of course.
The-
It's the ancestral home.
Is it? Yes,
they're
of course,
here.
of course it is. Yes, naturally.
Right. But but you said it was just the two of you earlier.
Perhaps we were more naive about an hour ago.
Oh, y'all are taking it rather well. Okay. All right. She was hoping to get some sort of help from them. It's just like, no, we're on our own. This is great.
Agatha strips down completely at this point, and she is going to lay down on the table next to Tabitha and sort of right where their scars align.
Bobby Cromwell is down in the pits with you and starts reciting the verses, muttering under his breath, his face flickering, staring at the ground, and his face is flickering from rapidly between excitement and horror.
Well, Doctor, I think our only means of getting out of here might be to go through with this.
Right.
Unless you can think of anything else.
Right. I fear that I fear that my charms have no effect here. I think they're all unhinged. So we, yeah, you're right. You've always been the smarter of the two of us.
You flatter me, but we can probably report this after we make our way out. Tell them we had no choice.
How lenient are the courts, really?
I don't
We just
know.
never speak of it again.
Sure,
Unless you're writing a book.
we can do that. But we must make it out of here first.
I think he's like undoing his cravat and he's not gonna take any precautions this time because he's just like, I can't imagine this is gonna end well at all anyway.
Bobby, still muttering, rolls another cart closer to you. That's just a bowl of water.
Right. Water. He's gonna like proceed to take off his rings and like drop them into the tray. And right, well, would you like to get dressed, Amelia, for surgery?
Right. And she'll take off her like coat and stuff and say, "Oh, will we need the contents of my bag, or you think it'll be fine with what's in yours? I fear we would have left that upstairs after the whole daddy incident."
I mean, you say words like that, and it's a different incident. I think.
Gets red because she didn't even think of that.
I think I have enough Twilight in my bag to put them both to sleep, and I think our best bet is to make this skin deep. Cut a patch, sew a patch, you know.
Okay, sure.
And I'm not a
she'll-
religious man, and he just kind of
She starts folding her sleeves and make sure her hands are as clean as they can be. Sure.
The two of you are prepared and ready. As you begin the first incision, I'm going to need the doctor to lead the checks here. I'm going to ask for 3 different checks to complete this procedure.
Love it. I have the sidekick talent, meaning it takes only half as much of my effort to aid him.
And I assume you do so.
Fuck yeah, I do.
thank you, bro. We're gonna die. I don't think they want us to live.
So are Tabitha and Agatha like awake during this?
I would like them to be. Can I be honest with you?
Yeah, me too.
I think that they would refuse any Twilight.
Okay, we try, but at that point, it's like really up to you guys whether you
Yeah.
drink it or not.
During
can't.
this, as you start to like make the first cut, Agatha is going to be singing a haunting Russian lullaby to Tabitha.
Yes. I feel like Tabitha is weeping, but tears of joy, and it is very clear it is joy.
This would be so much easier if they had Twilight.
I know. I feel like this just makes us so
Just
much
one in the
more
thigh, you know.
uncomfortable. Like, just sneak a syringe. Just...
And it is Tabitha quietly going.
How she cries.
Yeah.
Tears of joy.
Yeah,
Clearly, tears of joy.
open mouth sobbing.
Oh yeah, just the breath just
hot,
at our faces.
Rotting teeth breath. Okay. Can
All
I
right,
use
3
refractory
checks.
reflexes? On non-combat. checks.
Not for the base ones. If there's
No.
a
Okay.
complication, that might come in handy though.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was gonna
perfect.
say if something goes wrong, technically it'd be a non-combat check. So
Got
that
it.
would come into play, yeah.
Okay. That's a 4.
The beginning of the procedure, all of the prep work that needs to go in, actually beginning the cuts and starting and preparing the sutures and other tools has gone well. And the first few steps are completed without issue. That's a
All right.
success.
Another 4. Wait, yeah, 4.
As you begin actually removing pieces and putting other ones in their place to make room for this conjunction, it continues to go smoothly. You're maybe 45 minutes to an hour in down here. We see very little of the actual work that's being done. The light from the lanterns here are casting strange shadows onto the empty seats above. Please make the third and final check.
All right. Okay. 10.
I'll spend an effort. Please roll again.
Don't you have luck too, Jay?
And I have luck.
Oh yeah, if you get the highest possible number, so 10 out of 10, you can spend 2 effort to just succeed.
That'd be all my effort, but I'll do it.
As you begin actually sewing the sisters together, suddenly you poke Tabitha in a way that causes her to involuntarily twitch, and half the stitches just get ripped apart, and immediately there is bleeding. But you had the water on hand. You had everything necessary to fix this exact scenario because you are well prepared and lucky. And you quickly re-sew everything that had been broken. It adds a little bit of time to the procedure, but an hour and a half later, you put down your tools for the final time and rinse the red from underneath your fingernails.
Is it done?
I fear they're going to have to learn to walk together. So yes. Hauntingly, yes.
She feels at their heads to make sure there isn't like a coming fever, or it's like, I know we just stopped, but they've been open for a couple of hours, so infections and stuff. So she'll feel at their heads and just double check whether they're both still awake, or if they passed out from pain or anything like that.
Make a
How
check
do the sisters
to
look?
see if
Yeah.
you can detect any symptoms of complication or infection.
3.
As far as you can tell, the sisters are healthy. Or at least as healthy as they were when the day started.
I think Agatha, at the announcement that the doctor has finished, is going to gently cradle Tabitha's cheek and joining her in her sobbing, her weeping. Just a howl escapes her. Sister, we are whole once more. We are together.
We are together at last after all these years and all the prayers.
You'll have to, like the doctor said, learn how to walk again, and at least for the very beginning, be very, very gentle so you don't rip yourselves apart accidentally.
Oh,
Oh, we hope
no.
so gentle.
So
So
gentle. So gentle with my sister.
Right. Right. She thought of this whole thing like coming in, she was like, fuck this shit, fuck that, right? But now after spending so much time helping to get it done and then seeing it, like, holy shit, we did it. And I think it really is just like the feeling of the two sisters, like their happiness, like so genuine, that is like makes her feel a little less, like a little better about the whole thing, about like maybe this wasn't such an awful thing after all. Yeah. She's a softie. Yeah. What can I say?
There is one piece of this atmosphere which breaks through this horrifyingly wholesome moment. And you can see Bobby, a fully grown man, sitting on the ground in the pit, hugging his knees, rocking back and forth, sobbing quietly, and just muttering, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Sorry, she made me do it. She wanted it to happen. I'm sorry.
Bobby, darling, what are you so sorry for?
They're coming.
They?
Who they?
Who?
Mother says that the house is for family only.
I will look to
Sorry.
Tabitha and Agatha, and you know the walls. You know how to get us out. How do we do that? We have gifted you togetherness.
Right.
Yes. I can travel through the walls. I
It'll be a
love the
little
walls.
difficult being together once more, but we can do it. We can do it.
Yeah, we can do this. Yes.
I would
Sorry.
like to get out of here in case there is any complications. You will be together forever if I am around. If you can still call on me.
Right. But we need to be alive and healthy for that to happen.
Yes.
Of course, we will help you out. We'll help you out.
If you trust me, I know the walls better than anyone.
Cousins, no.
What is
Mother.
it?
Mother says she says no visitors. And Mother says no one can leave.
I don't think that I'm going to listen to your mother.
Didn't listen to our own.
No mothers rip their babies apart when they are meant to be together.
Cannot
And
be
this
trusted.
mother will not rip us apart.
You shouldn't have said that.
There's a gust of wind that blows out all the lanterns in the room, pitching you into total darkness. And you hear again. The footsteps of Father, now inside the walls. You see the brick move and shift, and light pours into the room, flickering orange light, as the thing you set on fire remains on its feet, now ablaze. This
Oh, it's still on fire.
a burning figure begins lumbering towards you. The space behind it totally engulfed in flame, and it leaves burning footsteps on the stones with each movement.
Hey,
At
you
this
know that
point-
comment I made earlier, Amos, about using the petrol on it and setting it on fire? Yeah, completely regretting that.
Yeah, I made it worse. We made it
Yeah,
worse.
we made it
the
worse.
situation worse.
I quite like it.
I am going to need a reaction check from all of you as we enter combat turn order. And your goal here, knowing that this thing is still walking after being on fire for hours, your goal here is not to defeat it. You have no chance.
Yeah, thanks for that. Makes me feel real good about our prospects.
I'm going to roll my d10 now.
Jesus, 7?
I rolled a 10.
I rolled a 1.
I rolled a 3.
All right, I'm going to ask for those again shortly. All right, who got a 10?
Bones got a 10.
9, 8, 7.
I got a 7.
Six, 5, 4, 3,
I got a 3.
2, 1.
That's a 1.
Something about the counting down freaks me out just a little bit.
Unsettling.
You could have just had us repeat our numbers to you, Dennis. Why?
I coulda. I really coulda.
But he didn't.
But he didn't.
Very poignant choice there.
All right. Agatha is up first. The only light you have is Father on fire. You can see there are 2 exits. There are closed doors behind you on the level of the pit. No idea where they lead. And there is the burning hallway, which you could try to go through, that Father came through.
I think Agatha is going to very carefully get up, assisting her sister up with her. And I think she's going to make it towards the doors leading out of the pit.
Yeah, Dennis, how does that work if we're conjoined?
You know,
Considering y'all literally got the ends of the spectrum,
Opposite.
like 1 in a 10.
we're going to say that Agatha, because your sister is so slow on the uptake, you cannot move this turn.
Okay.
But since you're at the very bottom and very top of initiative, you will move together when each round shifts.
Okay. I think if that's the case, then would Agatha be able to talk to Bobby and try to persuade him to act against his father? What has your father, what have your parents ever done for you, Bobby? Given you a life of torture, of torment, of living in these walls. Rise up against them, Bobby. We are family. We will be your family. You do not need them.
Make a check. This will
Yeah,
be your
exactly.
action for the turn.
It's like, hey, instead of the walls, you can live in a bedroom with an actual bed.
1.
Ugh.
That's a 1.
But Father's strong. He protects us.
You can be strong too, Bobby. Or you could protect us. You could protect us right now, Bobby. Protect us.
and he looks at you, looks at his hands, and then looks up at his father, and his face sets. And he starts directing. I can get you out of here. Come on. And he runs for the door on this level. He goes, actually, he's at the bottom of initiative, so we'll do that in a second. Next is the doctor.
Okay. That thing isn't very close to us. It's at the top. So we're at the bottom where we were.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's going to be a sec before the thing gets here.
Can I kind of grab Amelia and run when she runs? Because I want to get her out of here. I don't want anyone to die here.
All right, you can grab your assistant and protect her as we move forward in initiative, moving together. Father is next. He starts moving down the stairs, and he shouts at you. This time his voice a rattling roar of flame. No one leaves. Stay put, Bobby. And he is going to use his turn to move closer towards all of you. Every single seat he passes engulfed in flames. His next turn, he's going to be in the pit. Brings us to Nurse Amelia.
Lovely. Running.
The two of you make it to the door. The two of you are the first there. And you try the handle and it's locked.
Oh, Jesus, of course it is. I will. Oh gosh. Good thing I decided to put my hair up in a poof today. And I am going to basically take out a bobby pin from my hair and try really fucking hard to start picking it while I turn back and I yell to Bobby, Bobby, it's locked. Do you have a key? Because maybe Bobby has.
No.
Of course he doesn't. Shoot! With a pin.
Make a check.
Maybe we could try to kick it down. I don't know. Do I have anything? No, I do not. Oh, that's a 10, but I have the lucky feet. So we are going to, thankfully, re-roll that. For a, it's not rolling, sorry. Marginally better, 4.
You stick your, or no, so how lucky works is it's not a re-roll.
Oh,
I
just automatically succeed.
Just succeed. So
Right.
as you stick the bobby pin in, and immediately it gets stuck. You cannot move it left or right or anywhere. And in frustration, you just like hit it, and the entire lock mechanism just pops out the other side of the door.
It's a very old house. Okay.
Yes, it is. The door swings open, not locked, not latched. And you
I
and the
know-
doctor keep running.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, when it swings open, anything we can just immediately see. Like, is it dark? Is it lit? Is it stone? Just, big swings.
It is more stone. The only light you have is from Father. There's no additional light in this hallway on the other side of these
Right.
doors. And it is stone with it's a hallway with little alcoves set at intervals. And inside those alcoves, each about the size of a door, are iron bars.
Okay. Yeah. As we're moving through, I'll just turn back and just yell for the sisters, to follow, essentially.
All right, you start running down the hallway. Next up is Bobby. He is choosing to take up the rear, and he's shouting at his father. You never really protected us. You could have saved me from her. Why didn't you do your job? And he's like backing up into the hallway with the rest of you. Tabitha / Agatha.
Tabitha is going to take this moment to run with her sister, but she wishes to do so sneakily. She wishes to sneak in the shadows.
Okay. Go ahead and make a check. This is going to be quite high difficulty because you are conjoined and you're the sneakier one.
I have soft-footed though, as well.
Okay.
Have to turn tables. I got a 3.
That's pretty good. And I'm gonna ask Agatha what you're doing on your turn.
I think Agatha's just focused on running now because she heard the Amelia. She sees Bobby sort of taking up the rear to protect them, so she's just trying to continue to move.
The two of you run, not as fast as you'd normally be able to, still getting readjusted to your new form together, sticking to the shadows pretty well. You are back in your dark dress, Tabitha, and that helps you stick closer to the shadows along the side of this jail cell hallway.
Yeah, I feel like if Agatha is in her white, she would shove Agatha closer further into the shadows and let herself kind of sort of blend in.
Mm-hmm. And it seems to be working, though this creature, you glance back into the flames and realize that it no longer has eyes.
Oh. Perhaps.
Everybody continues to run. Doctor, it's your turn.
Okay, can I... there would be nothing in my doctor bag that would help here. I guess I'll just... Can I yell to Bobby where to go? Because he's supposed to be...
He knows these halls. He's the only one here that does.
Yeah, but because he's in the back.
Yeah.
So he'd be asking for directions, essentially, because we're writing...
You're asking... I thought you were telling him where to go. Okay, yes.
No.
Yes. Yeah, as you shout backwards, back towards him, he responds, "End of the hall! Take the stairs!"
I will follow the instructions.
And you run to the end of the hall and reach a second locked door. This one is a full iron gate. There's no chance of breaking through. At least not with the tools that I'm aware you have.
Can I use, like, the tweezers or whatever they're called? The, like...
You've grabbed some surgical implements and you're gonna try to use surgery tools to pick a lock. Fucking great. Let's do it.
Okay, I'm gonna roll on my cat because she's decided to sit in my dice tray. Get out of the dice tray. Thank you.
She's comfortable there.
Okay. This would be in combat, wouldn't it? That's fine.
Yes.
I was gonna ask if fast reflexes could help me here, but it won't.
Not
That's
gonna
gonna
lock,
be
I don't think.
a 3. Good dice.
As you take 2 tools, each one very sharp and is very slightly hooked in different ways at the end, and stick them inside this jail cell door, you start to feel around inside for the pins, fit them into the shape they need to be, and you feel the lock loosen, and you twist, and it opens up.
Oh, wow. I didn't know you could do that.
I'm very good at things I can't see and hitting the right spot. That's incorrect things to say in this moment.
Right.
And I just bolt if I can.
And you get just onto the other side of the door, while at the opposite end of the hallway, you turn and look over the heads of everyone that's following you, and Father grips the door frame as he ducks his head underneath. It seems he's grown in size since you've lit him aflame. And the place where he grabbed immediately starts to catch on fire. The door is ablaze by the time he's finished pulling himself through. Now half walking, half crawling, grabbing iron bars and pulling himself along the floor. Amelia.
Yeah, so I would turn back really quick to make sure that the sisters are with us or also like coming along. And then follow the doctor through. I'm looking around. Is there, so it's, you know, halls, mostly stone, lots of iron bars. Is there like anything like pieces of old, like unlit torches, anything on the floor, anything loose?
Yes, there's a sconce on the wall with an unlit torch in it.
Okay, I take it. Can I light it? I don't know. Maybe use it as a club. We'll figure it out, but I take it.
Once you use it as a club, it'll be lit, that's for sure.
Ah! No, that means I have to get close. Well, you know, actually, I want to grab it and attempt to toss it to Bobby. So, because he's in the back, he's the closest to big bad lit man, so he can use it to bonk. So it's like better than nothing, and then just like and I try
throw
to
it to the
hand
ground. Bobby scoops it up off the floor and holds it like a sword.
Whatever works. She will keep running.
Okay, you continue running. You're running down the hallway and through the door that the doctor's opened. Bobby is next, and he is going to shout and lunge forward and swing with all his might at this creature that is chasing you.
It was good knowing you, Bobby boy.
He is young, the man is old. He will win. I hope. Bro's on fire though.
And as he charges towards it, you see him swing, and partway through his swing, he is enveloped in flame.
We'll remember you, Bobby. You were brave in your last moments.
We kind of need the map quest, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, GPS is burnt. Can't use it. Tabitha.
I noticed that he does not have eyes, but he is still following.
Yes.
And there's enclaves still that we could perhaps duck into.
These are jail cells.
Right. Okay. I see. And none of them are open per se.
No. As you glance into them, into one closest to you, you can see, because you're accustomed to shadows, you can peer better and get a sense of the space, but there's not much space in here. There is a single bench and a skeleton resting on it.
Basically, what Tabitha is looking for is just a place to duck into. Does not need to be much space, but for the man on fire to walk past them.
Yes, there is one where the door is open and you could duck inside.
I would like to duck inside, and I have a trait that I'd like to try to use. This trait is a shadowy statue. I would like to become a shadow statue, and stand perfectly still with my sister. If she would be agreeable to this, I would whisper this to her. Would you like to become a statue?
Love to become a statue with you.
Okay. So that is what I would like to do.
The two of you together sneak inside the cell. Please make me a check to hide from this creature.
It is a 4.
Or 2.
Meant to be.
Two of you freeze in place.
We're T-posing.
And you freeze in place, and that's where we're gonna leave it for now. Father is continually walking forward, lighting everything he touches. Next up will be the doctor. You have the nurse at your side. Bobby from the walls has been enveloped by his flaming father, and the sisters are nowhere to be seen.
That's great. That's great. No, this is great. This is great.
I was just trying to help people. I
I'm just doing my job.
I just do my job. They shipped me over. I shouldn't have been here. I could have been watching rugby. Okay. In that case, I suppose I don't really know where we're going.
You see a
stairs.
staircase in front of you that you can climb.
Yeah.
As long as we can get up.
I'll go up the staircase, kind of dragging, or like pulling her along. And if I can find anything on the ground or on the walls to use as a weapon, I will grab it. But I will mostly just keep running.
All right. Make a check to see if you can find anything you could possibly use.
Okay. That's gonna be a 4. Dang.
Running is more important.
Fair. Then I'm just gonna book it.
And you continue running up these steps as fast as you can. Your nurse very close behind you. It is now Father's turn. As he crawls further down the hallway. No one leaves. He is going to turn his head slightly to the side and stop moving. The flames continue to engulf him. The heat is overwhelming, sweltering inside this jail cell. And an arm reaches inside of it. I need both of you to make checks to avoid this slowly moving hand.
I rolled a 1.
Can you smell them?
You both
Jesus.
flatten yourselves against the wall as the hand feels around inside of the cell, withdraws, grabs the iron bars on the outside, and continues to pull itself forward. You can now see the trail of destruction this thing has left. The floor is ablaze. The door has been totally scorched and is still on fire. You can hear wooden beams falling to the ground inside the operating theater.
Uh-oh.
Amelia, it is your turn.
I guess there wasn't like a chance for us to like see the sisters hiding or anything, so we have no
There's a lot
idea what
going on.
they did or all of that. And Dad doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon, does he? No, I suppose
Nope.
not. Then we will go up the stairs. I feel like once we're in the house proper, there's a lot of things lying about a house, lots of rooms, corridors, and we would have a better chance up there than we do down here. So I will keep following the doctor, going up the stairs.
Okay. You still have an action. Do you want to use it to overtake the doctor and go up further, or do you have something else in mind?
Not really.
Want me to come back to you.
Yeah, I think like I'd definitely catch up to him to where like we're running, you know, like this kind of almost side by side as much as the corridor will allow. But yeah, I think.
Okay. Fleeing for your lives. Tabitha and Agatha, you're up next. You see Father's bad leg drag itself from out of your path. Though there's not much path there. Everything he touches remains on fire. Could attempt to run through it.
What do you think, sister?
We go back.
Go back. Go back the other way, through the flames.
Pathway we know.
The pathway we know. Yes. We just have to run very quickly.
We are very quick. We are very quick.
Nimble, even.
Healthy, soft-footed.
Soft-footed and stealthy and nimble. Yes, I do agree. If we run back to where we became one. And then further beyond there. Go, yes. We're running.
And the two of you jump out into the fire. Each of you takes 1 point of damage as you run through the scorching heat, as it starts to burn away at your face, your skin, your hair, and you make it back into the operating theater, and you can see a path to the door.
Oof, ouch, oof, 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 ouch, oof.
My feet hurt.
Oh no. Oh, spicy.
Oh, my hair, no!
It doesn't matter, it'll grow back. It'll grow back better because we are together.
I'll also need both of you to make an avoid check as you hear a sickening
Oh, no.
as a beam comes down towards the two of you.
I need to roll the D10.
3.
Hold on. Give me a second. I lost my D10. A 4.
A 3 and a 4.
Yeah.
The two of you dive forward as one onto the ground as it smashes into the stonework and explodes behind you, showering you in flaming bits of wood. You quickly get back to your feet, quickly and carefully back to your feet. Start making your way for the exit.
It's like we are the Rat Circus all over again.
This time we are better. More coordinated. Whole.
Whole, singular.
One.
And you hear Father's voice shout from what you've left behind from the inferno. No one leaves! Come back here!
No, thank you.
I rebuke you.
Nuh-uh.
Amos and
Rebuke.
Amelia, you can feel the heat begin to rise up this spiraling staircase as Father uses his turn to continue to climb upwards. But Amelia, you're next, and you reach a door at the top that looks like it's not a door. It is very clearly a secret door made of stone with a lever on the side.
Chook chook.
You hear mechanisms from inside, a counterweight in the wall itself, lowering to pull the door out of your path, and you duck into the house, but it is not the house you remember.
What
The
do
house.
you mean?
The house is ablaze. You are in the dining room, and everything you see is on fire. The food you had left behind is scorched. The table itself beginning to fall into coals. The chandeliers have both fallen onto the floor. The rug is licking with flames at the legs of every single chair. What would you like to do?
Yeah, no, chill, casual. I'm going to go ahead and reach and, like skirts in the old times, it was the big skirt and then smaller white skirts on the inside made of like thinner fabric. I'm going to reach to those, yank out, just rip some of it. And I'm going to rip that in half, hand one of the pieces to Amos, and just be like, here, wrap it around your nose. Don't breathe in the smoke. We have to run through it. And then she's going to begin to kind of use it to cover her nose and mouth to try to weather the flames a little better. And
I like it. Please make a check. On a success, you will lower the difficulty of the rest of the rolls as you try to escape this burning house.
lovely, lovely. I do also have the crafting talent, so I roll a d8 instead of a d10, and we're going to cross our fingers, and I don't want to look. Oh, God. Oh, I looked. I won! So,
You've made these before. You know that you need at least 3 layers of cloth for them to be effective, and you layer them onto each
course.
other, quickly tied in knots. Tie one around yourself, tie one around the doctor's head.
yeah. And as we're doing that, we're still kind of like walking through. I turn back, and I still see the dark, and I don't hear with my keen sense either that the sisters are behind us. And so I turn to the doctor. Amos, we have to get out of here. I don't know where they went, but we can't stop and look for them, I'm afraid.
We were looking for them?
Well, not really, but I'm just saying, I just keep running.
I'll keep running.
And that brings us to Tabitha and her sister. The two of you continue to sprint through the halls, trying to avoid catching fire yourselves. I'm going to need avoid checks from both of you.
Okay. A 2.
A 3.
Damn, you two are rolling very good tonight.
It's because
But a
I normally
3 is
roll
not
really
enough.
bad. No. It's just-
Agatha, a part of corner of your dress has caught flame as you are in this claustrophobic wall space, trying to shimmy your way down to the first exit you can get to. You are going to take 1 point of damage.
Down to 0.
Something very interesting happens in sagas when you reach 0 hit points. you get to make a choice. You can either fall unconscious, which is exactly what it sounds like, and if you survive, you will wake with a life-threatening injury. Or you can make your last stand.
I think that Agatha for last.
At the end of your turn, you will need to spend 1 effort to stay alive. But every single check you make will get an extra die. And if you should want to damage anything, you'll do an extra point of damage.
Adrenaline has rushed in. I need to get my sister out.
Okay.
What would the two of you like to do with your turn?
Find the least fiery place to be. Is there a window at the exit that we are facing?
There are no windows inside the walls. You've made it inside
Okay,
the
I see,
actual
I see, I see.
walls.
Do we
And you
know?
are starting to climb upwards onto the first floor.
Do we know where the passageway might lead us? Can we feel the heat in the walls? Can we feel that the house is on fire? Figure out where
Yes.
to go.
This whole passageway is at least partially on fire at all points along it.
I think Tabitha knowing the walls. I wish I had like some sort of rat army. It's crazy. I wish I had that. I wish I could summon my rat army.
That'd be crazy if you had that. That'd be so wild.
That'd be so crazy. It's almost like God could grant me a rat army to take us to safety, but God does not want Tabitha to have anything nice. But anyway, I digress. Tabitha would like to look for the nearest exit, to the nearest room that she can get out of the walls into that room and look for an exit out of the house itself.
I would like you to make a check to find that exit.
You want me to roll this as a D10 since I don't necessarily have a skill for that?
This would be a D10, but
I expend an effort to help.
I'm going to give you... You can extend help, but it's extending help. You need to spend effort to stay alive at the end of your turn.
I have 3 effort right now.
Don't worry
Alright.
about it. I want to know what God thinks he can give to me. Perhaps
Okay.
it's a rat army.
Go ahead and make your check with 2d10.
2d10, alright. Wingo bango. It's almost as good as a rat army. It's fine. Yes, for a little bit. And, the Lord does not give it every time. And am I taking the lower roll? I'm assuming.
Yes.
I got the 3. Is my lower roll. The other one was a 10.
As you continue to shimmy your way down this hallway, Agatha, how are you helping find this exit?
I have a keen sense of smell. I'm trying to sniff out where there is not smoke.
Or where the smoke is headed, where there is no fire. You continue to sniff at the air, and you pass through a patch where there is no smoke, and you stop abruptly. And you can see smoke inside the wall is being sucked through cracks in the wood at this one spot.
Your sister here.
I pushed through.
And you both together break through the wall and emerge into a room you're familiar with on the first floor. This is the kitchen. Everything here is on fire as well. But one thing you see that you didn't expect, and it is very strange that these should show up now, are the members of Tabitha's rat circus placed like breadcrumbs through the door, all pointing one direction as if they were marching.
The rat
In
army,
God
Sister.
is
sister.
real.
Speaks to you, sister.
God
Through your rat
speaks
army.
to the rats. Ah, I am clairvoyant to the divine. Follow the rats.
You continue following the rats, running with all of them. And Agatha, you feel the flame on your dress continue to lick up your body. You have to spend 1 effort at the end of your turn.
Would I be able to strip?
Yes, but that's not going to stop the last stand.
I'm not strip anyway, sister.
Naked, wild, and free.
I'll get naked with you, and then we can roll around in the moonlight
Your rats.
with the rats together as one.
Doctor, you are in the dining room. This face covering has made breathing in this smoky room easier, and you are rapidly looking around for an exit. What do you do to escape?
So we came into the dining room. Can I remember how we got into here and try to get out a similar-ish way?
Make a check to recall your path in deeper into the house and retrace it back to the entryway and the main door.
Okay, because I don't think there's windows in here, right?
There are some, but they appear very locked. You could definitely try to break through them, but none of the ones in here are already broken.
I'll try to I think trying to remember is better.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh god, that's a 7.
That is a 7 as you run into the hallway and you look around, and you don't recognize it. It might be that the hallway is on fire. It might be all the stress of the situation, but you cannot remember which way the front door is. But you did fail a check, so you gain 1 effort.
Yay.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's a thing.
I guess I'll ask Amelia. I suppose you lead this time.
I would like to make a recall check as well.
All right, go ahead.
I got a 10, and I'm using my last 2 effort to automatically succeed.
All right.
I'm at 0 now.
Go ahead and you use your 2 effort to automatically succeed. You run out into the hallway with the doctor, and you have no idea what direction to go, but going a direction is better than going than just staying here. And the 2 of you run just at random, you go left and you start sprinting down the hallway, and you pass by a hallway that you do recognize. You guessed right. Your luck came in handy.
Nice.
And you continue. That is a success. You know your way back to the door, and you continue sprinting along these hallways. But I need both of you to please make an avoid check.
Of it. Five.
That's gonna be a 1.
A 1 is a success. A 5 is not. You gain 1 effort back for failing a check.
I was gonna say,
And
can I
you
use
take-
my effort to help her?
Yes, you can spend 2 effort to help.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Yuri, you get an extra die to roll. I'll ask the doctor, how do you help?
I think he like pulls her into like himself, kind of to like move her out of the way.
You wrap her up in your arms as a chandelier crashes to the ground. Yuri, what did you roll?
Muted.
What did Amelia get on the avoid check?
That was 6. Sorry.
As you hold her close, thinking you've avoided the worst, you feel a shard of glass it's sticking out of her back. Must have been thrown by the chandelier. Yuri, you take 2 damage.
This is getting real dangerous, y'all.
Never mind, the whole building's on fire. Now is when it starts to get dangerous.
Your house, not ours.
It is Father's turn. None of you see him. You don't know what direction he's in. Thing he's become, perhaps it got stuck. Your question is answered with an eruption as a hand blows apart the ground right in front of the sisters, Agatha and Tabitha. And it reaches up. It itself is the size of a table as it reaches up and goes to swipe for both of you. I need you both to please make avoid checks. And Agatha, who's in last stand, will get 2 dice.
I got a 10.
4.
That is a failure on both parts. The two of you are enveloped in its fingers entirely. Amos, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna pick her up and try to get out. I'm just gonna try to get out of here.
You see the main double doors currently closed. I'm going to need you to make a check to get through them.
Okay.
The outside, the winter cold, and safety is just on the other side.
Okay. Hold on. I'll look in a second. That's a 2.
Carrying the nurse in your arms, you bend low and run, putting your shoulders full force into the doors, and they blast open, swinging wide, and the cool air rushes in. And you can see as this wind rushes in, the flames behind you triple in size with all the new air. And you, coughing through your mask, go out onto the snow. And what do you do now? What is your next move?
I think I'm gonna keep moving to get away from like the house and then try to fix her a little bit.
Amelia.
I'm bleeding. I would have kind of wrapped my arms around like his neck and trying to keep steady as I'm kind of, still bleeding. I don't think I can do much, literally anything. I'm about to pass out. But I feel like I sense as the cold hits me, it's kind of this wave. I look and I see that the doctor still looks relatively okay because, he's, moving and he's panting as he's doing all of these things. And so it's kind of a feeling of, holy shit, I think we're outside. Oh my God, we made it out. Don't look back. At least the doctor's okay.
As you two sit there in the snow, it starts to turn red around Amelia. You hear one last thing from the house as it crashes and begins to collapse into itself as it becomes a boiling blaze of flame enveloping all 3 floors. You see a figure crawling out the front door onto the porch. It is a figure with too many limbs and an extra head. Agatha and Tabitha, the sisters, have been burned totally. The two of you, is there any last thing you would like to do in this state on the porch of the house before your life is burnt away with your home?
I just want to hold my sister close.
I'm going to cradle her burnt, charred face in my burnt, charred hand.
Yes, I will do the same. And I will
We are
try.
leaving this world the way we ever and whole.
It is how it was always meant to be. No one can separate us now.
The last thing you see of the sisters is their burnt corpses cradling each other, just as they always wanted to be. You look down, Doctor, at the nurse, and with a few quick motions and the knowledge of your craft, would you like to make a check to stop the bleeding?
Please stop the bleeding.
Yes. That's the only thing I want. All right. Okay.
It rolls a 10 and makes it worse.
That's a 1.
Amelia dies.
Amelia dies via me.
With a 1, you quickly close the wound, removing the shard of glass, and Amelia is stable. And Amelia, you're able to walk.
Lovely. I don't think she'd stand for the time being. I feel like it's like a state of like shock, when she's thinking like it was just a couple hours ago we were on our way here and everything was fine and everything was normal and now I'm on the floor and she can see like on the ground the puddle that her blood is made, and she turns and back and sees the house on fire and sees the charred body of the sisters that they had just helped put together, and it's just a state of shock of like why, nothing makes sense. And she realized she almost died, and yeah, like I feel like she would just stay on the ground, kind of thinking, also, somebody will see the fire. We don't have to go anywhere. Everything hurts right now. Like, I feel like I'm gonna pass out, not from blood loss, but just everything else. And somebody will see the fire. They'll come, right, to put it out, and we can just wait for them here. I just want to not move for a little bit after just everything. It just really just all comes hitting her real hard at the same time.
What are you feeling, Doctor?
I don't think he's paying attention to the house or the sisters or their last breath. He was just focused on healing Amelia, and once he thought he was done, he just keeps like staring at her. And if she's like more stable, he'll like take off his coat and cover her. And just sit with her head in his lap and just so we're not taking any more anonymous letters ever again. That was too big of a danger for you.
For both of us, honestly think we need a vacation. I don't think I can look at blood for a while.
Greece? Spain?
I've never been out of town, honestly, before this, so I couldn't care less.
I know an old lady who might let us have her house, though we'd have to be married, even though she's not. She's quite disgusting. She's good people.
She just laughs at the absurdity of everything. The fact that they almost just died, and he's talking about an old lady and an old house, and it's just so silly. But they're still here. And do we hear movement outside, like the town nearby?
We pan out, and all the sounds you can hear is the roaring flame of a collapsing house, and the wind like screams through the trees. And that is where we are going to end our one-shot today.
Hooray! That was so good. Sister.
Terrifying.
Thank you guys so much.
Deep breath.
Thank you guys so much. That was such a wonderful end. At least the two people who deserve to live lived.
And the two people who deserve to die died.
Die together.
Died together.
I'm glad we were able to put y'all together before it happened, though. Before the house
Truly.
came alive, and
A happy ending for all.
Dreams came true.
yeah, your wish came true. That's
Let's
counts
go
for
around.
something.
Let's go around. Tell us what you got going on, who you are, where we can find you, and we'll start with Bones.
Hey, that's me. I am littlebones309. I don't normally look this beautiful, but you can catch me tonight in a few hours over on my channel doing a cheeky get ready with me as we return back to our annual replay of Faith, the Unholy Trinity by Airdorf. It's my favorite horror game. We're doing it for the Halloweenies. And if you come by my channel all month long, I am doing a charity stream for Billy the Kitten Cat Rescue, which is a local organization to me that goes out and TNRs and rescues feral cats that can be socialized into homes. October is a particularly difficult month for cats, especially black cats. So if you come by the channel, please donate a couple bucks if you can. and it all goes towards the kitties. So make sure you do that. We have a $2,500 goal. We're about $500 in. So we've got about a week or two left of the charity. So check that out. I will be doing a 24-hour stream that will be announced shortly, and that will be a donathon. There will be giveaways both for TTRPG books and also some game keys sent out as well. So check it out. Come by tonight. Watch me scream over my favorite game.
Right.
There's a death counter.
Yuri.
Yeah, so once again, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you, Myriad, for having me on your channel for the first time. Thank you to Dennis for DMing this for us. It's my second time playing Sagas, and both times I had the pleasure of having the creator DM it for me. So I'm so happy, and I love this so much. But as always, my name is Yuri. That is Y-U-R-I, pronouns she, they. You guys can go ahead and find me at Yuri and the Beast absolutely everywhere. I'm the most active on Threads if you want to see what I'm up to. These last 2 weeks, October is my favorite month of the year. It's been really busy. I ended up doing about 12 streams in 14 days. So it's crazy. So definitely just check on the threads and you'll be able to see kind of what I'm doing. They're all spooky games because it's October. Also, if you haven't already checked out Somebody's Heroes, where we are doing a 3-table, there's about 56 people in on this massive project in this homebrew world of Tauliva, where we have different tables recording at different times. It's crazy. Check it out if you haven't already. I am playing the necromancy wizard, totally not a lich, Morwen Sanature. She is nothing like Amelia. She's a bitch. So if you want to go see that, definitely check it out. One of the most favorite characters I have ever played. And it's just huge, and it's so much fun. I am also the marketing manager over at Tabletop Tailspinners now, where you're going to be seeing a lot more of me. And that is also where we focus on diversity without tokenism. And that's all for me. Thank you again so much for having me.
Thank you so much. Jay?
Hi, I don't have anything going on. I'm Jay, or at the Yellow Cubes on all social media. I'm really glad I got my not girlfriend out of there.
Not girlfriend,
Me
soon to be
too.
wife.
Me too, not boyfriend.
Right here. You can find me usually on my channel, though I've taken a break for a little bit because I was trying to figure stuff out. But I've been playing another Crab's Treasure, which is a Dark Souls-like game, but I'm a little crab in the sea trying to figure out what taxes are. So you can find me there. You can usually find me here, though I don't know if you'll be able to find me here anymore. You'll find me
Next week, Ding Dong.
Around.
Kids on Bike.
Oh yeah, Kids on Bikes. We're doing that. There's a lot of things that I don't remember. I'm here. I'm just a Nepo baby. That's all it really is.
What?
Thank you. Also, thank you to everyone for playing.
Dennis, who are you? What do you got going on? Tell us about Sagas.
Hi, I am Dennis. You can find me on all the socials at okayest__DM. If you want to know more about Sagas, there's a link in the chat, or will be shortly, I hope, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, where that is our old Kickstarter page. We kickstarted and funded this with almost $10,000 about a year ago now. And I have been so excited putting all the work and time into making this whole system come together. The rules are finished. It's already been, that portion has already been sent out to backers. Right now, we're just waiting on art for the final iteration. And it is going to be on Drive-Thru-RPG first, and that will be on Itch shortly thereafter. And when it releases on Itch, we're going to be doing a game jam, because I've already made a ton of one-page supplements. I want to see what other people can make for this. There, we've already done like 3 different anime. I just
Fullmetal
finished a
Alchemist.
poetry one that we're going to be showing off soon. It's gonna be great. So if you want to know more about Sagas, follow my socials and go check out the Kickstarter page. It's so much fun, and it's going to be gorgeous when it finally does release in its final version.
Yeah, for all of the girlies, me and a couple of people are already planning some one-pagers for Sagas for Akatar and Fourth Wing and some other romantasy books, and we're just holding on to them until the game jam.
I'm into all of that. I'm into
here
all of
for
it.
Everything.
Thank you so much, Dennis. Thank you guys for to the players for joining us. Thank you to Dennis for putting this game together. This has been a really great treat. Thank you for being the first GM, my first guest GM. This was so much fun. I'm Myriad. This is my channel. We do a myriad of things here, including art, variety gaming, as well as TTRPG content. Coming up this week, tomorrow, we'll be probably playing some more Dragon Age because it's Dragon Age season, baby. We're getting ready for the release of Veilguard. I'll be over on Folk and Myth Monday night for some Dragonbane. And then I think we got Kids on Bikes on Thursday. So come join us 5:30 p.m. Pacific for Kids on Bikes, the second part of our 2-part little mini series, Confined. It's spooky. The players are in a bad way right now, so they're trapped in a building. Woo. Yeah. Woo. Stick around. We're gonna go rate Icar and Ink. We're gonna show our friend Mike some love. He is a good friend of the channel, so stick around. They're playing some Vampire the Masquerade meets Cyberpunk. Thank you all so much. Everyone say goodbye.
Goodbye now.
Goodbye.